to this episode of Drinking Beer with Don, where I'm going to continue working through my custom Advent calendar made by my friends at Cascadia at the Red Gap in the News Bay with the all-European beers. So it's been a great trip so far. Now we're on to beer number 17. Beer number 17 right here. Come on. There we go. Da-da-da. Let's see what we got. I think I might have poured it a little too quickly. Here we are. Lots ahead. I smell hops. Touch of citrus. And something else. So, without further, it's nice and light. Quite effervescent. Fairly clear. Let's find out. My smell tells me it's German, but I could be wrong. I usually am. It's quite hoppy. It's quite bitter. It's very bitter. It tastes like if this were a North American beer, I'd say it's an IPA, for example. I'm getting a hard time getting past the hoppiness / bitterness to taste anything else. It's not sweet. It's not smooth. It's not light. It's heavy, medium heavy and bitter. It's got so much bitterness that it's not even a clean taste. I'm not liking it that much, whatever this is. I can tell you that right now. It's probably well made because the taste is not fading. There's that much flavor going on, but it's just a little too hoppy. I'm going to say it's hops for my comfort. Pouring the last little bit of it, it's very cloudy. In fact, there's more yeast, I think, that just came out or unfiltered. It's unfiltered, I'm going to guess. There's something going on here. I got to put this in the 7s because I'm really not liking it. But it's not bad. It's just not great. The worst part is the Canadian beer I just had, I like more than this. It's too hoppy. All right, I'm going to give it a 7.1. I may change my mind as I drink the rest of it. Let's find out what we got. Let's see who I've insulted. It's called Zinnebeer, the Brussels Peopled Ale. Okay. The brewery is Brasserie de la Seine, situated in Brussels, right in the heart of Brussels in Belgium. Another Belgian beer. But this is a Belgian pale ale, which is a little more on the remarkable side because most of them you have blonde ales. You don't have them very neat pale ales. And this pale ale is called Zinnebeer. And it's 5.8% alcohol and 30 to 40 IBUs, depending on where you go. The website itself for the brewery doesn't say what the IBUs are. But like I said, it is hoppy, it is bitter, and so that makes sense. From the brewery, bitterness is the key characteristic of our beers. Well, no shit. It is their foundation. We have produced bitter beers since the beginning of our existence, and we are here to brew bitter beers. Well, they've met the aim there. I've been saying all along that IPAs became that trendy thing where the more hoppy the better. They went the same way. And I'm not a big fan of IPAs that are so hoppy that they're just... Others, if you like hoppy IPAs, give this a shot. Now, the website, it says for the actual beer, it says Zinnebeer is a golden, perfectly balanced pale ale. It's certainly got pale ale leanings. It goes on to say it develops fruity and hoppy flavors that recall dry apricots and orange marmalade. It is unfiltered and organic. So I got the unfiltered part. Bitterness is their thing. The more I taste it, the more I get some of the other flavors. But again, it's so hard to get to those flavors past the tongue-twisting, palate-wrenching bitterness that this has. You know what? I would still like a Labatt's Blue for all its failings because it's boring. I like it more than this because this is just a little too bitter and hoppy for me. So I will up it by 1 to make it a 7.2 and take the flames from those that say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Don." Hey, I never said I did. I don't like this, so I'm giving it a 7.2. Beer number 18. There we go. Well, yesterday's beer was a bit of a disappointment for me, but on the positive side, I just made a video of all the Christmas lights I have. So go check out that YouTube. There should be a link on the top of the screen that you can click on and go see my Christmas lights. Now, on to the beer. Nice head. Nice dark amber color. Very nice. All right. Oh, it smells good. It smells fresh. A bit of malt. Maybe even a bit of caramel. Okay, let's try it. Ooh. This is nice and rich. And definitely has caramel. I like it. Right off the bat, I like it. Malty, caramel. Nice, rich, warm amber color and flavor. This is a refreshing surprise from what I had yesterday, let me tell you. It's got a touch of hoppiness, a touch of bitterness, but not overwhelming like yesterday. You know, it's going to be hard to because that so far yesterday was the worst beer I've had in the case. As I say, it was worse than the Canadian beer, so I got to stop focusing on that and focus on this. It's a little reminiscent of a beer I really enjoy in Belgium called an Orval, but I don't think that's what this is. It's got a subtle but rich background flavor as well. Beyond the malt, it almost feels like there's hops. I'm having a hard time describing it. A bit of spicing maybe. Oh, I like this a lot. This is going to be in the high 8s or low 9s. It's got a lot of flavor going on. Just because I can't describe it doesn't mean it isn't there. It's got, it's well balanced. What I was calling round before. It definitely is pleasing. And it's relatively smooth. I've had smoother, but this is still very nicely done. I like this. This is almost to me as good as a Chimay Bleu. It's that much character, that pleasing. I think it's going to be a bit on the stronger side too. This is a nice sipping beer, not a guzzling beer. I think I'm going to give this a 9.2. I really do like it. Let's see what we got. Oh! I got the beer wrong and right. It's a Belgian. It's une moinette ambrée. I'm excited to pass this on to you. The brasserie is Brasserie Dupont. It's in Tourbe, Belgium. So it's in a Belgian town in the general area where I used to live, a little past Chateau Belleuil, which is also the seat of kings and queens in Belgium. So this is the Moinette, or La Moinette, for the Moinette Ambrée. So it's an amber beer, Belgian amber ale, 8.5% alcohol, so I was right, it is a bit on the stronger side, 35 IBU. Oddly enough, that's roughly the IBU we had in yesterday's, but this is just a whole world of different flavor, and not so much bitter as flavor. So I guess it's all a matter of what hops you pick and how you present them. So about the brewery itself, it started as a small farm brewery in the province of Hainaut, again where I used to, the general area where I used to live, in 1759. So it's been around a while. So about the beer itself, the Moinette Ambrée, it's an amber beer that features strong fragrances and is marked by the selection of 5 special malts, accompanied by fruity peach notes. On the palate there is an explosion of praline aromas combining chocolate, hazelnut, and coffee. No wonder I like it. And you know, in hindsight, I get the nuttiness, I get the hazelnut, and I get a little bit of the coffee. I don't get the chocolate. The clean bitterness makes this a beautifully light cocktail of flavors. Fully agree. See, this is a nicely refined beer. This is well done. This is beer at one of its best. And I definitely stick with the score of 9.2. And oh, by the way, as I've been flourishing you, I just happen to have the right glass for it. I have a lot of Belgian beer glasses. I wonder why. Anyway. Beer number 19. Here we are. I think I recognize the shape of the bottle. Maybe unfair advantage here. But let's find out. All right. It smells malty. Oh, and it's brown. It's dark. Very nice head. Maybe a bit too much, but very nice head. Malty, little hoppy. It's a brown ale of some sort. I've smelled this before. Okay, let's try it. Pardon me. This is good. This is good. It's and it's vaguely familiar. It reminds me of the Saint Feuillin beer, the one that actually makes the grisette. But if it is, I have not had many of their brown ales. I'm very comfortable with the regular and the triple and the Grand Cru, I guess. No, I could be completely wrong. But this is it's like a maltier version of the blonde. It's quite nice. It's a little sweeter. It tastes Belgian. Frankly, it does taste Belgian. Even if it's not Saint Feuillin, it tastes Belgian. It's got that hallmark touch of sweetness and smoothness. And it goes down easy. It goes down easy. I'm not sure it's strong. It might be. Oh, it might be. And I'm getting that caramel flavor again. Even more so than the last beer. It's just a bit sweeter than the Moinette. A little less bitter. And it's rich. And it's got character. I'm really liking this one too. That's two great beer in a row. This is making up for that first beer. It's got spicy notes, spicy aftertaste. A little bit of nice spicing. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's going to be a score. I think it's not as good as the one I had yesterday. But I really like it. And as I say, it's in fact, I like it better than the Saint Feuillin Blonde. Maybe I should have tried this sooner if it's a Saint Feuillin. Okay. So let's score it, and then we'll do the review, and I think 8.9. I really like it. It's going to be an 8.9. Let's see what we got. I guessed it right. It's a Saint Feuillin. Brune, or brown. It's a brown ale. Okay, this is a classic example of sometimes I know too much. As I say, I recognize the bottle, but I didn't want to say, and it did look like a Saint Feuillin bottle. So I had a little bit of a hint there. So let's talk about the brewery first. It's Brasserie Saint Feuillin, a bit of a mouthful, in L'Heureux, Belgium. And the beer is Saint Feuillin Brune, or brown, and it's classed as a double beer. It's 8.5% alcohol, 22 IBUs. So let me tell you a little bit about the brewery first. Okay, the Brasserie Saint Feuillin was founded in 1873 by Stéphanie Friard, the great-grand aunt of the current shareholders, Benoit Friard and Dominique Friard. Hold on to that name, well, at least one of them, for a little bit. So they have both the Abbey Brewery, because there used to be monks who used to live here, where the brewery is now, right in the heart of L'Heureux. But Napoleon came along, monks had to leave, anyway, but it's been a family brewery ever since 1873. And the owner, Mr. Benoit Friard, I've met him several times. Why? Two reasons. He's the mayor of L'Heureux, and in fact, I used to be connected in the military and piped often, playing my pipes for L'Heureux ceremonies in L'Heureux, Remembrance Day and others. I was a bit of a celebrity for that, and I met him often. But the other thing is, every year I've been to, when I was living there and afterwards for another 10, 15, 12 years, I used to go to Carnaval Gotigny. It's a Carnaval Belgian tradition right near L'Heureux, and then we always drank Saint Feuillin beer. And the weird coincidence is, I just realized I'm drinking, I don't know if you can see it here, Je peux prendre Carnaval de Gotigny. I've done this Carnaval many times. Mr. Benoit Friard gave me my 10-year medal for having done 10 Carnavals there. So, long-winded way of saying I know the brewery, I know the beer, I know the area, too much. Now, the beer itself, the website says, this brown ale has a marked ruby brown color with a generous and lasting head. True. It has a distinctive aroma reflecting the wide range of ingredients used in its production. The fruitiness resulting from its fermentation blends harmoniously with a dominant licorice and caramel flavor. Well, I got the caramel. Didn't quite get the licorice, maybe on reflection. The body is decidedly malty. I definitely got that. The bitterness is the result of a complex alchemy between the delicate hops and special malts used. And of course, now you're not surprised anymore. I happen to have the right glass, a glass of Saint Feuillin, because, well, I drink a lot of Saint Feuillin. My Cascadia also often carries my go-to, either Saint Feuillin Blonde or Triple or Grand Cru. I have those often. I usually buy them by the case. So that's a long-winded way of saying cheers. I'm really happy I got this beer in the case. I guess I guessed it right. The 8.9 score is bang on. So Beer number 20. Oh, feels like a can. There we are. All right. Need to get the big glass. There we go. Now, full disclosure, I've been fighting a cold the last few days, and I keep wondering if my taste buds have been affected. So if my scoring results seem a little odd, let's blame it on my cold. Nevertheless, two great beer, the last two, so let's see what we got today. This smells refreshing. It smells like a beer. It smells like a regular beer, and looks like a regular beer. Let's see what we got. It's a little bit smooth, a little bit light. Malt. I taste malt. I'm going to go on record as saying I think it's German. That's a guess. It's got something else going on. It's got a bit of aftertaste that I don't recognize. But it's something that's, for whatever reason, I'm not liking as much as some of the other ones I've had. I'm not getting any citrus, per se. If it's there, it's very mild because it's not slapping me in the face. And it doesn't have a clean taste. It's just a muddied flavor, but there's a lot of it. So, it's interesting. It's not like a light beer. It's got flavor. It almost has a bit of heaviness to it. So I'm not convinced that this would be a quaffing beer. Alright, I'm not going to debate it much more. I think it's going to get an average score because to me, it tastes like an average beer with a bit extra. So it tells me a 7.7. There we are. Let's see what we got. Well, it says 8% on it, so it is on the stronger side. Huh. It's a Dortmunder Urbach from DAB. This beer is made by the brewery DAB, or in fact stands for Dortmunder Aktienbrauerei. So it's German. It's brewed in Dortmund, Germany. Maybe not a surprise there. It's called Urbach, U-R-Bach, B-O-C-K. And in fact, it's labeled as a strong Bock beer. I'm not that familiar with Bock beers, but more than I read about it, I'm starting to say, yeah, this is it's a certain type of flavor. Alcohol content is 8%, and on the stronger side, I've used a 27. So, a little bit about the brewery. DAB was founded in 1868, and they went through an expansion and development, and then they ended up they're one of their major beers called Dortmunder. Remember, we talked about that before as a style. It achieved a gold medal at the Paris World's Fair in 1900. And on the website, it says about this particular Urbach beer, it says, deep roots, bold character. Our Urbach is a true classic. Strong, malty, and full of soul. Brewed in the traditional Bock beer style, it delivers a rich flavor, smooth warmth, and a touch of rustic charm in every sip. A beer for connoisseurs and those about to become one. Rich malt, notes of dark bread, and dried fruit. Well, I got the malt. Notice that right away. I can sort of get the dark bread. I don't get the dried fruit. I don't get the citrus. Carolyn had a quick taste of it, and she smelled the citrus right away. So again, her nose and palate is better than mine. I probably should have consulted her more often when I'm rating these beers. The more I drink it, the more I get more flavor out of it. So, looking at other scores for other beers, I think 7.7 might have been a little harsh. And I'm going to give it a 7.9. I think that's a fair where this beer is. Before I close off this episode, it's time for the bonus beer, the bonus Canadian beer. So here we go. Carolyn already wrapped it. I don't know what it is. Smells like the other one, oddly enough. She wouldn't trick me with the same one twice, would she? Smells hoppy. A little maltier than the last one, than the blue. If anything, the color is actually a touch darker. Alright. Get a bit of the head. Well, I don't think I like it. It tastes a little sour. No, sour's the wrong word, but it tastes a little wrong. It's a little more bitter. I'm having Whiskers come over here and have a sniff, Whiskers. You see Whiskers? No? Okay. If anything, it has less beer flavor than the other one. A little more bitter. But if anything, it might even be a bit smoother. It's weird. A bit lighter, maybe. Maybe smoother is the wrong word.
How can you resist this? Whiskers. Whiskers. Okay, come on. Get down. It's hard to say. It now the taste is starting to smooth out a bit. It's still guzzleable as like the last one. It's a little maltier. Huh. I wonder if it's Canadian. A Molson Canadian maybe. Okay, well, you know what? It's going to be a similar score to the last one. I thought it started off, I didn't like it. It's maybe it's killed my taste buds. No, I still think it's a little less than the little Bass Blue. But it's not as bad as that Belgian beer, so I'm going to give it a 7.2. Let's see what we got. Got it in one. Molson Canadian. Our brewery is Molson's. They also have breweries all over Canada, and the beer is Canadian. In other words, Molson Canadian is the beer. It's a lager, 5% alcohol, and IBUs, depending on I think where it's brewed in Canada, it ranges between 10 and 18. So I guess they put hops in based on their regional market. It's funny because I grew up with blue. Molson Canadian was also always there, and I always preferred blue over Canadian. Oddly enough, my score today just proved it. My taste buds haven't changed in that respect. But let me tell you about the beer itself. And the brewery, sorry, all I said, since 1786, 7 generations of our family have continued to make beer the Molson way. We brew today to inspire tomorrow. Ooh. They started making Molson Canadian in 1959, and it goes on to say, made from the very best ingredients and always preservative-free. Pours a light golden color, delicate floral and barley aromas with notes of citrus, grain, and sweet fruit. Flavors of light hops, sweet malt, and citrus. Crisp, clean, medium-bodied, and smooth on the palate. Great on its own, prepared to be grilled with white meats. Well, interesting because all those floral and tasty notes, just beer. I don't get a lot of that refinement that you get in some other beers. So, stick with my score of 7.2. So now to wrap up, started off with a bit of a rough beer. Ended up with another bit of a rough beer. The two in the middle from Belgium were great. And I did my Canadian. So, only 4 beer left to go. So stay tuned for the last episode. And I'll also recap at the end with the beer lineup from lowest score to highest score so that you can take notes and pick the ones you want to go try. Cheers.